So we are going through the chapter 4 of the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself, by Shad Hamstetter. Um, so let's then move on. So chapter 4, it talks about the powerful techniques. It shares some powerful techniques that can be used to program one's potential for success. Again, the techniques are there, which is for us to practice. And this chapter explores the practical strategies. Okay, so we discussed about the importance or how the self-talk plays a very pivot or important role in our belief system, our success in life, and the actions what we take. But the chapter 4 is kind of okay. If that is so, then what is the techniques and how we can implement this in our um, daily life. Okay, so this explores the practical strategies, tools to harness the power of self-talk and to achieve the desired outcomes. Okay, and then to maximize our growth potential. Okay. Now the author begins by emphasizing the importance of setting clear and specific goal. Now I'm very sure in every book, for example, if I recall reading the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And that book as well, the first thing what Napoleon Hill says, and he shares this as a success for all the people who are the wealthy in their life, and that's the clear having the clear goal in their life. Okay, so I think that is it's a common thread in all the successful people, I would say. They know the success comes from you knowing what exactly you want to achieve. So that means setting clear and specific goals. So that means measurable goals. Okay, now he explains having well defined goals provides direction and focus, making it easier to align self talk and actions with desired outcomes. So that means we can evaluate, okay, what we want versus where we are, and how the efforts what we put in, how that is manifesting in realizing our dreams. And this chapter emphasizes the positive self-talk, instrumental in maintaining the motivation and perseverance towards achieving these goals. Okay, so that means you can instantly inspire and motivate yourself by having a positive self-talk. Okay, talking about your dreams and goals, and you accomplishing those dreams and goals through the actions what you are taking, and the vehicle what you have chosen to accomplish your dreams and goals. So speaking about it, so you create that confidence and clarity of your dreams. Now he introduces the concept of outcome thinking. That's very much very very important in this chapter. It talks about what is outcome thinking. That means it talks about how this is so very important in programming one's potential for success. Outcome means what you want to achieve, what you want to get in the end. Okay, that's the outcome thinking. And this involves visualizing and verbalizing. Okay, as we discussed earlier as well. Okay, these are the two steps. Okay, visualize and verbalize this desired outcome in positive and specific manner, and you have to verbalize and visualize just like the way it has already happened. Okay, now, Hemstetter explains that by consistently programming one's mind with positive self talk related to the desired outcome, individuals can enhance their belief and in turn their achievement. Okay, so he says or shares that everything what we want to achieve and what we have already achieved, it boils down to our belief. Okay, someone believes that someone that he or she can't do certain things. Someone believes that he or she can do, and that belief is extremely important, or the only factor which controls the actions. If I don't believe that I can do certain things, I will not take that action. And that is what I'm saying, that okay, how do you change that belief then? Okay, and that change is through the self talk. That means you talk, you hear about it and you see. That means seeing and hearing. And another factor, a lot of books have already, not of this book, but the feeling. That means you feel it, this already been accomplished. Okay, that is how the process of changing your belief system works. Okay, now you'd have seen people who kind of they sacrifice their life. They immolate themselves, or they kind of set themselves on kind of the human bombs, you can say, like they just explode themselves, like for a cause. And you would have seen that the way they are trained, these people are trained, is they watch a lot of videos and kind of movies, and they hear all these talks by people who just just get them to do these things. So that means, if you see that, you know the human beings are programmed even to destroy themselves, and the creation, like other human beings and other creation of their own, just by watching things and just by listening to things. So that means, if it can be destructive, the things what you listen and things that you see, then it can also act in your favor. That means it can be very much creative as well. We can create a beautiful future for ourselves by visualizing, and by uh, having the self talk and talking to ourselves about our end state. Okay, now the techniques for programming our mind in positive self talk, how do you do that? So Hamstetter discusses the use of affirmation. That means you're talking, affirming yourself, which are positive statements that reinforces the desired beliefs and outcome. And he provides the guidance on creating, how do you create an effective affirmation that are specific, present tense, and emotionally charged. Okay, that these three are very, very important. That okay, how do you put your affirmation statement? Okay, affirmation has to be specific. Okay, and it has to be in the present tense. That means it's already happening. Okay, and it's already you are there. Why this present tense is extremely important? Okay, if you read the book, let's say The Secret as well, it talks about the same thing. You just have to visualize that as if it's already has happened. So that's the present tense. So you have to see it, visualize it, and speak it in present tense. So if you see The Secret, that book is about seeing. That means visualizing. It's more about you know seeing. And this book, Shed Hamstetter's book of what to say when you talk to yourself, is all about speaking it right. Okay, speaking things into existence and seeing things into existence. These are the most important things. And in there as well, if you see that seeing things in present tense, that means as if it's already happened. That's extremely important. Okay, and the last thing is emotionally charged. When you attach emotion to whatever you are speaking, okay, that means feeling it. Okay, and what is emotion? Emotion is when there is feeling attached to it. And emotion could be uh, you know like say love is an emotion. Okay, so equally, anger is an emotion. Okay, so a lot of time you will see that people, because uh, you don't you don't like the state of your own self wherever you are. So you create that anger within yourself, that okay, I want to change. And when you want to change your own circumstances, you are determined. So that's the anger. Okay, that's where the emotion comes in. Or a lot of time, for the love of the people. For example, you want to do things for your kids. Okay, that is the emotion attached to it. So you must have seen and read about stories and the books and all about you know people doing unimaginable things only for their kids. Okay, I was told somewhere, like it's a very good story, but it's so very important. This is an analogy, I would say. It's not a story, but if you are being asked, you are at the top of a 100-story building, and that building connects with another building of equal height, and that connection is through a thin slab. Okay, and so you are asked that, okay, can you go or walk on that thin slab, made of whatever, it may be made of brick, or maybe wooden slab. But if it's a thin slab, it's connects to two buildings, and if you are asked to go from one building to the other, walking on the slab, would you do it? Absolutely. The question or the answer would be, why would you do it, or why won't I never do it? Okay, why? Because you see your life is in danger. Okay, that means, what happens, if this becomes wobbly, or you just look down and you say, oh my god, and then you lose your life. But in the same circumstances and situation, if, let's say, that building where you are catches fire. Okay, and or the opposite side building, you see your loved one, you see your kids there, and they are in danger, or you have to reach out to them. What would you do? Probably that first step of you first thing, thought of you not even attempting. Now you would have that kind of a motivation to go, because why? This is emotion attached to it. So when there is an emotion attached to it, so you will, or we human beings, not only human beings, I've seen that in the animals as well. They do things which is not even thinkable. Okay, I was just watching this short video, but it's a very powerful one. It's a deer, it's been chased by a tiger. This is and the deer is kind of it's with the newborn. Is a newborn one, and it's a very emotional as well. That's a real, I think National Geographic captured that video. You can watch it in one of the YouTube. So very very sort of touching. That deer sees that the tiger is running um to capture and eat it. But it for a second, is just trying to run. But then probably that deer realizes that it's the newborn is there, with it, and it's knew for sure that that mother, that that little one cannot run. Probably, that's amazing. I was looking at that video. It's very touching that even animals have so much of emotion. And guess what that deer did? That a deer, it just stood there, and then the tiger just captures it. But in the meantime, that little one managed to just escape. Okay, it could run as fast as its mother could have. But that was kind of, it was a story of mother sacrificing for the kid. you know I thought like it's only on the human beings, and that's so true. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. It was not a tiger. It was a crocodile. It's an alligator, trying to attack. And that's so powerful. Like, the mother remains in the water, and the newborn one, or the little one, tries to goes away, coming out of the water, and then runs away. But it remains in the water, so that its child, or that newborn cub is not cub, I don't know what that deer's child or baby deer is called, but yeah, that's been protected. very emotional. But anyways, so we are talking about the emotion then, so when you are talking, during the self talk, you have to attach the emotion to it. Okay. Now, so we are discussing about, okay, the chapter also discusses about the importance of repetition. Okay, self-talk programming, repetition is very, very important, and then it highlights the consistent repetition of positive self-talk is crucial for internalizing the new beliefs and rewiring the subconscious mind. It emphasizes the need of daily practice and suggests incorporating affirmation into daily routine to ensure consistent programming of our mind. And it also explains the concept of belief triggering, which are external cues or reminders that prompts positive self-talk. Okay, so that means you know about the cues. That means you look at something and it triggers that, okay, I have to do this. Okay, that's very, very important. And he suggests that using physical objects such as symbols or notes as belief trigger to reinforce positive affirmations and redirect the mind towards success oriented thinking. And also, the chapter addresses the significance of maintaining a positive attitude and mindset. And Strater also explains that by choosing positive self talk and consciously directing one's thoughts, individuals can cultivate an optimistic outlook and they can increase their resilience in the face of challenges. Okay. And this chapter concludes as emphasizing the transformative powers of self-talk in unlocking one's potential for success. And he highlights that by consistently programming the mind with positive self-talk, individuals can develop the belief in their ability and enhance the motivation and align their actions with their desired outcomes. All right. So I think we conclude it here. Hope you gathered some more inspiration and motivation from this book. An amazing book, all of us, practical tips, and have to practice it. Okay, because without practicing these, whatever we are reading in this book, so it doesn't make any sense. If you just read.